Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we get into what we're doing today, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you always know when I'm up to something new, and the notification bell in case I ever go live or do anything on a whim that you don't want to miss. Okay, so what we're doing today is basically recycling an old art project that nothing really happened with it. And so this was part of, it was called Record Labels. If you have been following me on Instagram for a long time, then you remember when I first posted this, and I was so proud of it. This was made from collars from old sweatshirts. And I tore off clothing labels, hence the name Record Labels. Just never sold. And I was kind of bored with it, and I had kind of changed how I was creating my art and approaching it. So I said, you know, why don't I go back and revisit that old project that I did? And she's been sitting there and waiting for me to, you know, love on her again. So I came up with this really cool idea to make it an actual record that actually moves, because that's my thing, making things come to life instead of just sitting there on the paper. And so that's what I did. So as you'll see, I went ahead and cut it out of the canvas. And I also went ahead and adhered it to corrugated pad that I had also recycled. Making the turntable was an intense focus. I'll just say that. It was a very deeply focused experiment. The point was to make it completely and entirely out of recycled material. As you can see, I went ahead and made the needle, if you will. It's technically would be the turntable needle. I made it so that this could turn like a needle normally does, and then this could go up and down like this. When I'm finished with everything, it should be able to just move and then turn with the record. Also for the needle, I kind of did wheel and axle kind of situation. And I used, honestly, I was gonna do rubber band for my gripper, but I decided to use the hot glue itself because it also provides the same kind of texture and friction that I needed so that when the record turns, it would turn itself. So see, it works pretty well. So I'm pretty happy about that. Now that you're up to speed, what we're gonna do today is actually paint the turntable. I was gonna do chalkboard, I don't have that, but I have black. And I said, you know what, we can just do black and kind of make it cool. I have blue, I have white, and I have yellow, but yellow would be a little bit too loud. I could do gray. Gray would be dope. I can always change it if I really don't like it. I wanted to make it look like a real cool modern turntable. I didn't want it to look too Crayola-ish. I wanted it to look like, hey, I'm a turntable. All right, so let me go get my white. So right now the turntable is drying. And it looks so good. I was really worried at first. I don't think I've painted a lot of corrugated pad before. I don't think so, especially recycled. So I was a little bit concerned because it started to bend. Anybody who paints all the time knows this would have happened, but I did not. So here we are. It looks so good. And so against the record, this is what it'll look like. Super dope, right? So I'm about to, you know what? No. I'm not gonna tell you the color I'm gonna do the needle. You're just gonna see when it's done. I am so excited. It's gonna look so good. I'm so cheesy because I'm so excited. So a lot of the things that I do are purely experimental, and like I've never done them before. I haven't had any practice at it. I'm just trying things out as I go. So I don't know if it's gonna work out. When it works out, I'm really excited. I don't think I'll finish it today. Hopefully I will. My son wakes up in like less than an hour, so I don't know. But either way, I'm gonna do it, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. Okay, so here it is. This is gold. I think it looks so cool. So I kind of decided on this color at the very, very last minute. But it turned out so good. So I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm going to be actually placing all the pieces to have the record be able to sit in the middle section here. So this will dry, come back tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, and keep working at it. but I'm so excited and I think it's gonna be so, so, so cool. So stay tuned. All right, so I have let the turning table dry and the needle dry, and it looks so good. Let me show you. Okay, so here it is. Look at this. Oh my gosh, gold was such a good color. Look at that. Look how beautiful that turned out. Like just against the gray. And then once I get the record finished and everything, it's gonna look so, so, so good. I went ahead and painted the wires that I had on there gold as well, so it just looks nice and complete. And so yeah, it turned out so, so good. The only issue that I do have is this bowing situation. So like when you look at it, it kind of bends very slightly in the middle, and I'm not feeling comfortable about that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna reinforce it and put some more pieces in the middle to kind of make sure it doesn't bend anymore. Okay, so I have the reinforcements in that I was talking about before. Let me show you. Okay, so yeah, I put these in because yeah, it was kind of bowing in the middle. And I just didn't want to take the risk anymore. I was like, no, because I still have to add the record and it's going to be spinning. And so you can't have it weak at all. It's got to be as strong as possible. So let's get to it. I had to, so I've gotten the base kind of little support system on here. I added on this piece and it was extraordinarily wobbly. When I think of a real turntable, it has a very wide, large piece that goes under the record, which supports it. Granted, that's a real turntable. What we're doing here is a recycled turntable, so I know it's not gonna be perfect. At the same time, I don't want it to be super wobbly. So I decided, okay, first we need to correct whatever's gonna support the record needs to be as stable as possible. So I added in these little brackets here, which will be mounted to whatever disc goes on top of here. When I put this on here, I tested it a few times. So it goes on well, but it's still sort of wobbly once you put the record on. I made a bigger piece, a much bigger piece. So here's the one I originally had in comparison. And this, maybe if it covers more space from the record, it might help it balance better. We're gonna see. Let me try. Okay, so here's that. Okay, much bigger. It's a little bit more to turn it. So let's see if the record works. Let me see how stable it is. I don't know, guys. We're gonna test it out and see. Okay, there's the record. Ah, y'all, it's better. It's better. Look at that. Hey. Yeah, the scuffing is gonna happen. There's nothing I can do about that. There is, but I'm not gonna do it right now. For what it is, for a recycled turntable. And the needle, guys, I tried it out too and it works so well. Look at that. It works, you guys. That is so awesome. All right, so I'm gonna paint the bottom of the record, which is here, and then I'm gonna paint this part too before I glue it on. And I think that'll be it for me today, and hopefully tomorrow I can finish this major part. The actual turntable will be absolutely finished. That's the hope. And we will know, guys. Okay, so we are on day, let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Well, I think day 6. So it didn't go as quickly as I would hope. The week got insanely busy, but I finished it, you guys. At least I finished the part 1 of this little project I've been working on. So let me show you how it works. Okay, so here it is. We put it on and we spin. We spin, 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 spin. That's so cool. So remember, this was off of a canvas that I had previously, and now it moves. Now it rotates like an actual record, and that's the coolest thing. And my little wheel spins too. My little wheel. I made that little wheel work, y'all. I am so happy about that little tiny wheel. It's my little needle, because you know I couldn't actually use a needle on here. So there's still more to come with this project, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. It was wild because the record weighed a lot more than I imagined, because you have the fabric, and then you have the canvas, and then you have the corrugated pad that it's also adhered to. So there's a lot of little factors that I kind of didn't consider when thinking about how to make it rotate automatically. I really wanted it to rotate without my hands being involved in turning it. I didn't want it to be motorized, because that's like, I have to go to the store and buy that. I was like, no, I want to challenge myself. I want to see what I can do with what I have at home. Nothing I have here worked, only because of the weight of the record. It just was too heavy. But regardless, I'm so happy about it. It turned out beautiful, actually. Every step I took was just kind of like a one step. I didn't have this planned out 10 steps ahead. I didn't have any video I was following. I didn't have any guidelines. It was just kind of, let's just work with what we got and see how it turns out. And it turned out so dope, and it's so cute. I'm really, 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 really happy about that. Thank you so much for joining me for this little project, you guys. This is the part 1, so there's a part 2 coming, so stay tuned. And hopefully they'll have that ready for you guys in the next week. So I'm super excited to show you how that's gonna go. So thank you so much for joining me. Y'all have an awesome, fantastic, beautiful day and week. Bye. Mwah.